In this video, I'm going to show you how to organize your emails so that you can easily see when students have emailed you from ClassList, and it will separate it out from your mix of your daily emails. So first thing that you want to do is come over to your inbox in Microsoft Outlook, and you want to right click on it and you want to choose New Folder. Now, for the purposes of this class, or this demonstration, I'm just going to call it Career SLS 2301. So I want any emails that are coming from the online career class to come into that particular folder. So that way it'll stand out. It won't just get lost in my mix of my inbox here. And you'll see a little number here when there's an email from a student from that class, if they used ClassList. So how does the folder know to grab those emails and put them there? Well, you have to set up a rule. So it's very easy. You just come to File and you go to Manage Rules and Alerts. And what you're going to do, don't mind, I have a bunch of them already set up here. We're just going to go to New Rule. And what you want to do is move messages with specific words in the subject to a folder. Because what we're going to do is copy what shows up in the subject line from ClassList and put that in as our coding so it knows to go into that folder. And then we would choose down here, this is where it says the specific words, which we'll pull in a minute, but the specified folder. That's why we set the folder up first. So if we click on that, then we would see here in my inbox, here's Career SLS 2301. I hit OK, but we need to figure out what those specific words are. So this is where you would want to open Falcon Online and choose whichever section you want to start with to set up these folders. And you want to pretend like you're emailing yourself. So what you would do, I have one pulled up here. So this is in the practice shell for the career course. And what I did was I went in and I pretended I was emailing myself. And just like we tell our students, it automatically stamps the course identifying information there. Now, obviously, in your class, it will say SLS 112256ZF or whatever your section number is. But for purposes of this example, I'm just using a practice shell. So we'll go ahead and minimize that. So now we need to put that in for the specific words. So here, you're just going to, I copied that, and now I'm going to paste it right there. And it needs to be exact. And don't have the colon afterwards. You just want to have the words, up to the end of your section. You can put the semester in there, but you can stop right after the section number. But then you hit Add and OK. So what it's now telling it is anything that has SLS 2301 _ practice in the subject should get moved into the Career SLS 2301 folder. So you can just hit Next until you get to the end, because this is where you can get even more and more specific, exceptions, all of that stuff. I don't mess with any of that. Now, you could, if you already have a bunch of emails already in your inbox, and once you set this stuff up, you want to move them over, then you can do that. I'm not going to do that now because I'm going to show you how that works. So just turn on the rule and hit Finish. So now you see that there's that rule. Okay? So we're going to apply, and then we're going to hit OK. So we'll come back to the box here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to that email here, and I am going to send it to myself. And I have it where it automatically sends me one, but I'm also sending it as a blind copy here, so I'm going to end up getting 2 copies of it when it comes to my mailbox here. So when those emails arrive, what will happen is, do you see what happened here? It came in here. Instead of in my inbox, they came right to the Career SLS 2301. So now you see when you open up the folder, there's those 2 emails there that are that just got sent from that particular class. So now I can see, oh, I might need to respond to my career students, and it doesn't get lost in all of my other emails in my inbox. So what I want to do now, I'm just going to move one of these over into my inbox so it stays as unread there. But here, we already have this one. It's red, good to go. Life is good. Actually, we'll put mark as red. Okay, so now you see that the number goes away. So what I'd like to do now is I want to go back to the rule to show you how to run it in an existing mailbox already. So here you can see in my regular inbox, I do have that other email that I sent that is coming from the SLS 2301 practice. So I would just come up here to File and come back to the Manage Rules and Alerts, and I can just come right here on the 2301 practice, and you can just open it, double click on it, and it opens. And again, you can run all the way to the end, but now I want to run this rule on messages already in the inbox. And finish, and apply, and OK. So now, when I go back here, okay, so now you see it's not in my inbox anymore, and now there is that other one that we have for this. Okay, so this was also an email that I didn't even remember that I had that was in my inbox that came from one of the instructors. So that way, if you do set these rules up now, even though you might have a whole bunch of emails from various students in your regular inbox, if you run it to the existing ones, it will sort it for you, even with your current emails. So you can do this with anything. You can put it with a person's name. You can put it with, like you saw, I had many rules. So I belong to like listservs and things like that. So I have that come in, or particular meetings, those kinds of things. You might want to set it up where all of the emails that come from the chairperson or the administrative assistant, go into something from there. So however you want to organize it, as you can see, I've got a whole bunch of different kinds of ones here. So whatever works for you. Here's my folders, like for my class, is the way that I have them set up, so you have an idea. But hopefully this is helpful, and it will help you feel a little bit more comfortable in finding those emails from students that actually use ClassList and responding to them as quickly as possible. One other quick side, let's just say they didn't send you something from ClassList, so it just appears in your regular inbox. Then what you can do is you can just take it and drag it into that proper folder. I do that all the time. So then that way, again, you're still keeping it all together, and that way if you ever have to follow up with that student or say, what did they ask about, you can find it right in that folder as well. So hopefully this was helpful.